Wolfbride, Chapter 13, A True Wolf. Back is gathered at the fighting grounds once more, this time to see Morgan face off against Jet. This isn't fair. Morgan can't shift like Jet can. He'll tear her to shreds. Bastien's lips press in a thin line, and you know he doesn't like it any more than you do.
Jet has the right, by pack law. Since I declared Morgan a full-blooded pack member, she is subject to our laws and rules.
But he could kill her. Bastien... Is there any way to help? She should at least be allowed to take breaks or have you back her up or something. He gives you a sidelong glance full of meaning.
There is nothing I can do for her.
But... And then you remember the way you helped Bastien when he was in the very ring vying to help his position as Alpha. Overwhelmed with nerves, you bite your lip, watching Morgan shift her weight anxiously in the ring. Her fear is a heady, pulsing chill across your bond. You can do this. Jet steps into the ring across from her, glaring her down. Let's go. Right. Jet shifts into primal form with a howl of rage and charges right for her. She retreats, stancing back across the ring.
Fight me!
You sense Morgan's desperate attempt to pull at a primal magic, striving to find her own primal form, but Jet is on her too fast, dagger-sharp claws leaving bright red trails across her bare shoulder. Ah! You feel the pain as your own, a hot wave reverberating through you as Morgan struggles to regain her feet, gasping. And suddenly you are inside of her head, surrounded by darkness, the string of Jet's claws still aching across your skin. Your sharp ears pick up Jet's footfalls and an arm and a half length away. The wind shifts, bringing bursts of ascent, but it's not enough. Where is... You blink, and you're in your own head again, seeing with your own eyes, but your connection to Morgan is still there. You watch Jet circle, following him with both your eyes and nose, and realize he's moving to get downwind to cut Morgan off from her best way of tracking. She can't smell him from there. But you can see. You can see what Morgan can't. Desperately, wildly, you try to send your thoughts precise to Morgan through your bond. Jet is right in front of her, waiting for a perfect moment to strike. Morgan. Punch him in the nose. He's right in front of you. Slam him in the face. She follows the picture you send her, jabbing a short, sharp punch into his face, but his head is so far above her that there's little power to help her strike.
Weak!
Jet's massive primal jaw snaps, leaving bleeding puncture wounds on her arm. Morgan whirls, panting hard and straining for some clue to Jet's next move. You can feel the slippery blood spilling down her shoulder, getting into the crease of her fist.
Come find me, if you can.
Jet suddenly breaks to Morgan's left, circling. He's on your left. You send Morgan the vision, know what you're saying. Jet staying out of her range as he moves to her left. Give him a taste of your own medicine. Morgan swings, connecting solidly with his jaw. He staggers back angry but unhurt.
Didn't we just try that?
I actually hit him. You bit him twice now. Jet turns on Morgan in a fury, claws raking her skin over and over. No! She staggers backwards, trying to get away, but Jet seems to be on all sides at once. His claws land on her arm, chest, cheek, blood running everywhere, staining the dirt at her feet. Ah! Ow! Her pain is a constant thought, sapping pulse echo back and forth, right through your link between you. Bleeding and limping, Morgan drags herself back up again, face so bloody that she's barely recognizable.
Give up, human!
No! You look at Bastien imploringly. Jet's made his point. How long are you gonna let this go on? Bastien looks at you and then unfairly matched competitors in the ring. Enough! Bastien steps into the ring, separating the two. He turns to Jed, a warning in his tone, although his words are respectful.
Morgan has faced you in combat and been found wanting. Are you satisfied with the outcome of this challenge?
In primal form, even Jed's smile looks decidedly threatening.
I am the victor. You are. She should say it. You are the victor.
Enough, she concedes. Now we need to take care of her injuries. You push past Jed and Bastien, who let you help Morgan out of the ring. The whispers and comments of the pack follow you as you walk away. She lasted longer than expected. She's got guts, I'll give her that.
A werewolf who can't shift. There's no place in the pack.
Without the adrenaline of the fight to sustain her, Morgan sags against you, barely conscious from her numerous injuries. Celine, we need to get you to a hospital.
You cannot take her to a human doctor, Celine. How would you explain her injuries?
But she needs help.
Celine, no, I won't endanger the pack. Take her to the healing pool. If she has a connection to the primal magic, it will find her there. So, does sound nice.
Go with Morgan to the healing pool to tend to her wounds and spend a moment alone. Take her to the pool. Yeah, no shit. Do you think you can walk?
If you're with me and there's some relief at the end, I could go on for miles.
But as you leave the fighting grounds behind, Morgan's pain comes at you sharply through your bone. You hiss at the sudden assault to your senses. Morgan, why didn't you say you were hurt so badly? She manages a strained smile.
I know the pack doesn't care much for weaklings.
I think you impressed them. They all knew how unfair Jet was being.
They all know what I've done to them. Most would love to see me fail.
You try to deny it, but the words stick in your teeth. You know Jet and Isabel are the only tip of the iceberg as far as the pack's resentment of Morgan. Bastien won't let them turn on you.
What if he regrets letting me into the pack?
Bastien is a good man. He welcomed you in. He won't go back on his word.
I hope you're right. There are always part of me that longed to know anything about my real family. I never thought finding them would be like this.
Morgan's steps start to drag as the terrain gets rougher. I've got you. With your primal strength, you easily lift her in your arms, carrying her over the rough ground. Her eyes go wide.
I don't think I've ever been carried before. It's weird.
Don't worry. I won't drop you. I can't believe you didn't surrender. She gives a startled little laugh.
Oh, was that even an option? Believe me, I would have if I could have.
Pretty. Reminds me, it lives in the woods. As you arrive at the last pristine stillness of the healing pool, Morgan hisses with the pain as you try to help her out of the clothes that are stuck to her skin with blood. Morgan turns away shyly as you finish. You feel embarrassment burning her up. She clears her throat. Are you being shy right now? Yeah, we've seen worse.
Well, could you just turn around, maybe?
I'll avert my eyes, promise.
First, tell me, how bad do I look?
Honestly, as hot as ever. You managed to make I lost a fight to a werewolf look pretty damn sexy.
Oh yeah, because it feels like I got hit by a truck.
You always look good to me. Morgan ducks her head, embarrassed.
Celine,
you just get in the water. Grab her hand as she slides into the pool, and she sighs gratefully as you begin to clean her wounds. Is that any better?
Yeah, actually, it feels like being wrapped in a warm blanket.
Blood runs freely from the cuts, tinging the water pink before the swirls dissipate into the pool. Something tingles under your fingers, the tiniest trickle of primal magic, as you look down. Morgan, you're healing. She puts a hand on the long scratch near her chin, feeling as the skin knits back together. It's really working. I told you, you have the heart of a wolf. She leans back, face upturned, as she relaxes into the warm waters, pain receding.
I may never leave this place.
Check for other injuries. Here, let me get those cuts on your face. You wet the end of her shirt, using it to wipe away the blood from her lips and brow. You take a deep breath and go under, emerging with the injuries washed away.
Thank you for this, Lane.
I was about to let you limp back to the den all by yourself. Just promise me one thing.
What's that?
Don't accept any more challenges until you learn how to shift, okay?
That sounds more than reasonable.
A few days later, you see with Morgan smiling as the other pack members come up and speak with her like she's always been one of them. Morgan, seems like things are getting better.
They really are. I could never imagine all that I was missing out on, all that I still had left to learn.
You're telling me.
Who knew it? All it took was letting Jet beat me senseless.
Naomi smiles from where she is sitting cross-legged beneath a tree.
It was far more than that. You would not back down from a challenge. You could not hope to win. That is exactly what we must do every day.
But across the clearing, Isabel was talking to Callum, watching Morgan with a sour face.
Was abandoned for a reason.
That's not fair. Doesn't seem like Isabel's very impressed.
Even Jet's nicer than she is.
That's because Isabel likes causing trouble. Isabel continues, Callum fidgeting uncomfortably beside her.
She can't even see the lunch shift. How is this to treat her like a full pack member?
Bastine thinks she has knowledge of the human world that may be used to us.
The only knowledge we need is how Siri plans to attack us next, which Morgan will not tell us.
Bastine walks out of the den, quelling Isabel with a glance.
It's time to hunt.
This announcement sets off a flurry of activity among the pack. You've come to learn that this is their favorite form of entertainment, the equivalent of both a sport and a night out of their favorite restaurant. As the cat in the background just meows.
I think I'm gonna sit this one out.
She puts a hand on her back, leaning to counterbalance the growing weight of her belly. Callum puts an arm around her, supporting her. I'll stay with you. Listen, just act like the people in this wolf pack have a cat. They head back in as you take a step to join the crowd around Bastine, and are stopped by Isabel's hand on your shoulder.
Oh, I don't think there are any need for you or Morgan here.
It's a hunt. Everyone capable can help.
You would only slow us down.
Listen, I swear to God, if I break your leg, I'll only slow you down. Isabel, I've helped on a hunt before.
Define helped.
As I recall, you were hunting to help you recover your strength. Too late. You remember it was Morgan's tranquilizer door Isabel was recovering from. She shoots you a murderous glare.
I'm quite capable and able to hunt on my own today.
She turns on her heel and marches away. At your side, Morgan bites her lip.
Maybe it's alright to stay back.
To your surprise, Naomi shakes her head at Morgan's words, walking closer.
Hunting is the heart of what bonds us as a pack. You will never be accepted if you cannot take part.
This is just another way Isabel's trying to force you out. We have to go. The forest is dark by the time the hunt gets underway. You follow the waving tails of wolves, scenting the ground in front of you. You and Morgan carry spears, the pack's preferred weapon for their wolfkin allies. Morgan bends down and sniffs the ground, then smudges out some of Thunderhoof's footprints with a boot and gives you a subtle nod.
We're nowhere near Thunderhoof, right? No, but if the pack turns towards him, we'll lead them away.
You struggle to keep up in your human form, although Morgan seems to be having no trouble.
I swear, it wasn't so hard last time. They got the advantage of 4 legs.
You're doing just fine.
I grew up in these woods, Celine. I had to learn how to get through them.
I'm only slowing you down. Maybe I should just go flush out the game with the other wolfkin like last time, or go back and stay with Layla. Morgan slows to match your pace.
We came out here to prove Isabel wrong, remember? Just push a little harder.
I'll try. Aren't you supposed to have, like, wolf strength or some shit? Force your tired legs to keep going. Up ahead, the wolves are leaping gracefully across a narrow stream. And leap the stream. You double your pace, launching yourself at the last possible moment. Yay! And land safely on the other side with a light thud. Morgan lands beside you.
See, you're getting it?
Your calves burn as you push harder to catch up with the wolves. Beside you, Morgan is sweating and breathing hard. You can smell the deer. Spore Isabel caught the scent of, and follow the pack easily as they fear to follow behind her. It's close. But as their pace quickens to an all-out run, you can feel yourself falling behind. Follow the pack. You try to keep up with the wolves, but their low, lithe bodies pass easily below the tangled underbrush you have to spend precious seconds carefully picking through. This is impossible. I guess watching your feet would have been a better option. Even Morgan is ahead of you, spear clutched tightly in one hand. You push to catch up with her, but your breath burns in your throat, your muscles giving out after prolonged strain.
We can still catch him.
The cries of the pack whip you forward, the thrill of the chase in your blood, but your body is flagging, failing. No matter how hard you try, it's not enough.
I'm too human for this.
The racing beat in your chest feels like the pounding of the pack drums. Your feet on the forest floor soon find the same rhythm, a rhythm from somewhere beyond you, all around you. And you start to feel the rising power of the primal magic deep within. A mighty force lies in wait within you, ready to come when you call, a creature of teeth, claws that does not tire. All you need to do is let it out. Maybe I don't have to be human. Call on the primal magic to gain your wolf form. You hear the howl of the pack in the distance as it close in on the prey. Morgan's head swivels, instantly alert before taking off again, lured by the call of the hunt.
Come on, we're falling behind. Right behind you.
You push yourself to keep up with Morgan and the pack, heart thumping hard, running as fast as you can and then faster. Suddenly you feel your legs surge beneath you, your heart and body stretching horizontally, running closer to the ground now, the green of the forest blurring as you pass, and even without trying, you change. So I get to choose how I look. Do I want to be a white one or a black one? Listen, you know how this was gonna go, okay? It's gonna be black, fam. Wah, 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 wah. I'm guessing the other one is the primal form.
Celine, yeah.
You have 4 legs now, not 2, and put on a burst of incredible speed, passing Morgan and easily catching up with the rest of the pack. The wolves' heads whip around as they catch your scent.
Yep. Hi, Isabel. How you do?
How you do, Jet? Bastien comes running to you, sensing the change instantly. You read the astonishment in his eyes before he jumps playfully onto your back, licking your face with excited affection. You fall into a run beside him, easily taking your position together at the front of the pack, your heart full of bursting with enormity of your new grace and power. Bastien breaks away as he leads the final charge, and you find that you know what to do along with the rest of the pack. Oh, I'd love to see you fight. Isabel snarls, and you snap at her, shouldering her out of the way to take her place. The rest of the fall in line behind you. Together you move seamlessly, like a part of a single entity, no need for spoken language. With expert maneuvering, you help cut off a deer from its herd, surrounding it, nipping at its hooves. You look so grumpy. Also, you look like you were cut out of like a photo op, too. It looks horrible. But even as the pack closes in, leaping and biting at the deer, there's a sudden thunk as a wooden spear sails unearly past the wolves to sink deep into the stag's heart. Look at that. It's so horribly cut out. You look to see Morgan, arms still in the air from casting the spear. The other wolves crowd forward, trying to tear into the meat, but Bastien steps pointedly in front of them. The other wolves back down, giving way before the alpha. He tears a chunk of meat from the deer's throat and drops it at Morgan's feet, shifting to human.
Morgan, this is your kill. It is your right to begin the feast. Great.
That means you need to eat that raw piece of meat, I know. You watch hungrily, saliva dripping from your jaws as Morgan chokes down a bite of raw, dripping flesh. You throw your head back and howl in celebration with the rest of the pack. When you've had your fill, Bastien leads you away from the others, who are jaws deep in the warm carcass and do not notice. Once alone, you easily shift back to human, but the triumph and adrenaline of hunting in the wolf form follows you. Okay, so I have a question. How would you know just how to shift back, you know? Like, seriously, I would be standing there as a wolf being like, okay, how do I do this? Do I just think of being myself? Like, what? Bastien, I did it. I really turned into a wolf.
I knew you would find it inside of you.
Overcome, he pulls you into a tight embrace, lifting your heels from the ground.
I could not be more proud.
I didn't know how. Just as soon as I tried, it was like the wolf was right there, waiting for me, like it was ready to be freed. He wraps his palm around the back of your neck and kisses you soundly.
You have done well, my love. You are one with the primal magic.
Mid of the pack lies indolently around the den like a well-fed pack of wolves, sleeping off their kill. You sit beside Morgan, smiling as she soaks in the occasional sleepy compliment. Wasn't sure we were just gonna take that one. At least until you made that throw. We did not need human spears to make our kills. Oh, shut up, Jed. You did that time. I think I will sleep early tomorrow. Or tonight. Turning his back on you, he stalks off to his own hearth. You hold your breath, hoping you didn't start anything, but no one seems inclined to follow. It was a good hunt, a good kill. Looks like you made the right impression, Morgan.
Totally worth puking up raw deer meat.
Ugh. You try not to think about what exactly makes up the warm fullness in your stomach. Bastien stands looking at you, both with pride, and the conversation around you falls to a hush.
Morgan has proven herself as a capable hunter, a full member of the pack.
Callum cheers, slapping Morgan on the back. Ah, welcome, sister.
Hear, hear.
Bastien turns to you, unable to hide the glowing pride in his smile.
And as many of you saw, Celine has released her inner wolf and proven herself to be a true wolf bride.
The pack hoots and howls their approval, and you can't help flushing under all the attention. Oh, it was nothing.
Celine, you have once again confirmed my faith in you. I look forward to seeing how your influence shapes our pack's future.
Thank you, honored speaker. Bastien pulls you to him, dipping you back and kissing you in front of the entire pack, who shriek and cheer, some shouting lewd suggestions. Get a room. Yeah, that's the lewd suggestion. By the way, this app is now rated M. When you break apart, you're breathless, your cheeks hot. Bastien speaks quietly only to you.
I could not have found a better person to share my life with, Celine. I can only hope to be worthy of you.
You're a quick study. I'm sure you'll catch up. He grins and then addresses the pack, with his arm still securely locked around your waist.
The future of our pack is secure.
Yeah. Woo! Isabel climbs to her feet. Oh, for the love of... And the remaining cheers die out at the cold look on her face.
If a human's ability to make the kill and the hunt is all it takes to join the pack, then the very worst of them would have been accepted.
Morgan's not human.
She is no wolf, either. What are you getting at?
Isabel, sit down and shut up.
How dare you!
Everyone here knows you hate humans, but when we want to hear it again, we'll ask you. Until then, keep it to yourself. You can feel the primal magic ripping through Isabel, and her legs lengthen, arms thickening as she skirts the edges of going primal.
You may have found your connection to the primal magic, but that doesn't mean Morgan will. And without you whispering your human views into his ear, Bastien would never have let someone like her into our ranks.
Selena's much right to speak as you do, Isabel.
Yeah, get over yourself, Celine. get over yourself. And Celine and Morgan are here to stay.
You're out of line, Isabel. Celine is as much a member of the pack as any of us.
Fine. Then as part of the pack, I assume you're willing to defend your place with tooth and claw, just as Morgan did? Or are you too much of a coward? Excuse me, you want me to fight you?
That's not fair.
Is that a refusal? Listen, I'll beat the shit out of you. Bastien leans over, murmuring under his breath.
This was bound to happen eventually, Celine. It could be a good opportunity for you to show the pack your true strength if you are feel able to match her. I will step in if you look to come to harm, but I don't believe I will need to. You can take her.
Oh, look at you. Gain respect once and for all. Like I give a shit about her respect.
Accept her challenge.
You know what? You're on. Excellent. On your way to the fighting grounds, Bastien and Morgan coach you.
Listen, whatever mastery you have gained to the primal magic, now is the time to use it. Do not pull punches. Isabel surely will not.
Oh, there's no danger of that.
You may also need to use her temper against her. She does not like to be considered weak.
She's faster than most of the other wolves. You should strike first if you want to keep her off a balance. And if I can help at all, like you help me, I will. It's okay, Morgan. This is the one fight I've got to do on my own. Isabel crosses her arms impatiently as she waits inside the ring. Are you quite finished? I do not believe you require much your mouth to duel. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm just waiting for you to shut yours. Don't worry. If we can smash her jaw, I'll do it. We circle each other in the ring, Isabel sneering as adrenaline pumps through your body, making you jumpy. You watch her closely. She seems to be gathering her strength, preparing for a powerful strike. Leaping at Isabel in a sudden rush, you barrel straight into her snarling face. Her hands catch yours before you can strike, and instead, you're grappling, matching strength for strength. You've grown strong, pup. Stronger than you. Hey, Isabel. You're showing your age. You're looking tired. It's okay. Your reflexes just aren't what they used to be. Don't think you can distract me. She drops low, sweeping your knee with a roundhouse kick. And that would do Bruce Lee proud. Okay, alright, if you're gonna mention Bruce Lee, I'll accept him. As the duel progresses, you find a rhythm, landing and dodging enough blows to feel your confidence rise. But then Isabel suddenly tosses you to the ground, lifts her head, and her keen eyes now look at you from the face of a wolf. So it's gonna be like that, is it? You bare your teeth and summon your own inner wolf. You shrink down to all fours, fur sprouting all across your body. Your ears swivel, catching the quietest sounds of your opponent. Your tongue runs over long, sharp teeth. Powerful in your new form. You waste no time lunging at Isabel, knocking her to her back as she fights to right herself. You feel teeth rake your fur and hear the snap of her jaws as she tries to clamp them onto your flesh. But the thrill of the wolf is still high in your blood, and you rake your claws down her flank. She scampers back, blood staining her fur. Yeah. You snort and rush her again. Your snapping jaws dig satisfyingly into her hind quarters, and she squeals. You ever heard the phrase, bite your ass, yeah? Faintly, as if from far away, you can hear Bastien calling for the fight to be over, but you are both locked in. Your jaws close on Isabel's throat, pinning her to the ground, and for a moment you hesitate, tempted to bite down, spill her blood, but something about her tastes of family and kin. She is of your pack, and you cannot bring yourself to harm her. Loosening your grip, you let her rise, shifting to human as she backs away. And to your surprise, she is smiling.
Really? Celine, it appears you have grown in strength since we first met. I'm glad to know that the future of our pack is strong.
are. It has been many years since I've been bested. Bastine was right to see your power. This is the nicest I think you've ever been to me, and I almost tore your throat out. That's the point. To your surprise, she holds out her hand, and you tentatively shake it, wondering if there may be some sort of elaborate trap.
You are a worthy competitor, Celine, and a valuable member of our pack.
You're, not so bad yourself? Bastine comes up to you as the fighting grounds empty of spectators. Before you can say a word, he takes your face in his hands and kisses you.
You held your own against one of the strongest of the pack. I could not show favoritism, but in my heart I cheered for you.
Oh, you were worried about me. I'm surprised she didn't shift to her primal form.
I did not want to see you hurt, but I trusted that you would persevere.
He leans down to kiss you again, long and slow and simmering. We should get back. That might have looked easy, but I'm gonna feel it in the morning.
Yes, let us go home.
The next day.
Celine, I need your help. I need you to go and fetch water from the spring. We are running low.
Sure, I can do that.
And take Isabel with you. Oh.
Why? Are you trying to set us up or something?
She respects your victory now. I hope you can build on that. Put aside your differences you've had to this point.
Fine. Later, Isabel is quiet as you walk together, remembering your promise. You try to muster something to say, but before you can... Thunderhoof, hi, buddy. You crouch to pat the excited Thunderhoof, whose white tail wags excitedly. Isabel stares at you both, aghast. You know this creature? Of course. Isabel, this is my good friend Thunderhoof. Thunderhoof, meet Isabel. It has a name. Yes, did you know you can live one with nature without wiping it out of existence like humans? I know this may shock you. Thunderhoof sniffs Isabel hesitantly and then dances back a few steps looking at you with doubting eyes. Don't worry, Isabel wouldn't hurt a cute guy like you, right, Isabel?
Mama, that's a bear wolf.
Have you not met me? He smiles serenely at Isabel. She's really not so bad when you get to know her. What is it doing? Thunder squares up to Isabel, shaking his hindquarters in preparation before galloping towards Isabel in a dead run. Why is it... Thunderhoof headbutts Isabel's knees playfully, nearly knocking her down. You see a small surprised smile erupt on her face. Tiny, for a tiny creature, could barely make a meal. You have admirable bravery. That's Thunderhoof for you. Thunderhoof, Isabel, and I have an important job to do right now. But I'll bring you some blueberries later, okay? Thunderhoof nibbles your fingers before bouncing off into the forest. You and Isabel fall back into an uncomfortable silence. You say uncomfortable, I like silence. So, that good fight yesterday, huh? Eyes slide to you, and then back to the path ahead as she answers stiffly.
It was impressive for someone so new to fighting.
Isabel, can't you just give a genuine compliment? I think that after all this time, I've learned the right to ask. What do you have against wolfkin? Wasn't your own mother a wolfkin?
Of course she was. She did her duty, she bore me, then returned to live among her own kind.
You didn't know your mother? That is... so sad.
Of course I know her, or knew of her. She visited the pack whenever she was summoned by her mate a few times a year.
But not to see you? Her voice gets soft. Suddenly her pace slows.
Well, no. Why would she?
'Cause you're her child? I don't know, you tell me. No wonder you never connected to the human side of your family.
The human side? I am a full werewolf.
Yes, but you don't walk around as a full werewolf all the time.
Yeah, but your mother was human. Half of you came from her. I suppose. I never thought of it that way. I consider the act of bearing me as a sort of donation. I assume she did too.
I'm sure it broke her heart. I'm gonna give you up, even if she thought it was best for you. Isabel looks at you sidelong in a moment of unguarded curiosity.
I had not thought of that before. I assumed she was pleased to be freed of the burden. The burden? No wonder my mother ran away. She would never have left me. She loves me. Oh, yeah. You follow the stream deeper into the forest. Isabel doesn't even look at it as she struggles to find her words. Unhuman mates, the way you speak to Bastian as though you are equal. I am his equal. Is that the common way among humans as well? It's supposed to be, but yeah, no, good luck with that. It's even hard in the human world for people to see each other equally. You turn and expect to catch her sneering, but this is a new curiosity in her face. Well, only in good relationships. There are plenty of human men who don't treat their partners like equals. Some women, too. Literally, I mean, there's good women, and there's good men. And then there's a lot of shit on both sides, so, yeah, it's hard to find a right one. Trust me, I've been looking for a while. But thankfully, we get to choose our own partners, and I would never be with anyone who thought of me as less than their equal. And what if... Whatever question Isabel was about to ask ends in a gasp as you come up upon the spring. Son of a bitch. This cannot be! There's true anguish in her voice, something you've never heard from her before. Water is not supposed to be that color. She runs to the spring's edge, peering into the oily slick with outrage and dismay. This spring is our primary source of fresh water, and they have poisoned it so terribly it may be beyond cleansing. You mean Naomi might not be able to fix it? I don't know. Without clean water, we cannot survive here. If we cannot deal this, the pack will need to find a new territory. Is this another of Sari's dirty tricks to force the pack out of the lands, or an open battle? It probably both. Alrighty, so without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. In the description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you link to support me and my content. Without further ado, so sorry I'm a little late on this content. I was gonna say garbage. It's kind of that too, but at least this story isn't half bad versus some of the crap we've covered, so I'll accept it. Basically, I'm feeling like shit, if you can't tell by my voice, and just, taking a couple breaks when doing this video in and of itself, and I figured today's Wednesday, I'm a little bit behind, so, plus I need to do today's choices in and of itself, so, yeah, again, I don't feel good. Eh, eh, I'm just gonna say this. Thank those of you who aren't writing me about it, because things happen. And then some of you who have asked if everything's okay, thank you. However, for those of you who you come to this channel and you just bark at me, where's my fucking wolf bride and all this other garbage, right? And you're like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? One, like, especially when you're coming to me via Discord, when you're joining my Discord, but refuse to read, like, the messages put that I don't feel good, like, I'm not gonna answer you back at all. I'm really not. And then, like, those of you who reach out to me in other ways, barking your bullshit, here's the thing is this isn't how a community is supposed to be. Asking, fine. Barking it at me? No. No. And it should be, hey, is everything okay with you? Most likely, you guys know this. I've been doing this shit almost 6 years, I'm usually right on the ball. So clearly, if there's something going on and I'm not uploading content, and I'm especially not uploading the most recent chapters, clearly there's something wrong. And you should work just a little bit on your empathy, and maybe the world might be a better place. I'm not asking that just for myself. Imagine if that is how you were treating a complete stranger on the internet, right? Or at least someone who you've become a part of this community for, right? And you're interested in their content. Maybe you should get to know that person. Maybe you should work on yourself, and maybe you should work on your communication skills. Just throwing that out there, because, I get a lot of shit from the choices community, and I'm just going to say this and end.
You guys have critiqued me on my voice. You've critiqued me on my voices that I give characters of my own goddamn channel, right? They're characters that I read, as if you're reading a book, and it's just voices you give in your head, right? And I'm just bringing those voices to the best possible life I can with like a cheap condenser mic, and that is literally it. No voice changing. It's all me. It's all talent, okay? At least I'm trying, versus 99.9% of channels, basically the entire platform of YouTube, isn't voicing content at all. And the only other person voicing content is a brand new person that is part of our community and trying to read that content right now. That is literally the only other person right now on the whole entire planet that is reading this content right now on YouTube. Like, I don't get this. Okay? Like, the choices community, like, I don't understand you guys. Like, you treat me with utter complete disrespect. Like, not every single one of you, I can say, like, there are a good handful of you in my community that have done a very good job on trying to be human and show me that doing my job is at least somewhat rewarding in terms of, having not crammed your, like, foot up my ass. But for the rest of you, I just don't understand you. All the shit that I've gone through all these years, and I've continued to try and push for this community, and push for betterment of this community, push for betterment of a lot of shit, and you just don't give a shit. You want your chapter, and then you tell me to shut the hell up, and then you tell me, well, I don't like how you pronounce something, I don't like how you voice something, I don't like how you should just shut the hell up. Like, I've had a ton of it said to me, okay? The thousands of screenshots of just complete disrespect that I post in my Discord showing what has been told to me just floors the shit out of not just me, but other people. Like, at this point, I just have no surprise whatsoever. But moving on, I'm going to stop venting now. Okay? Thanks for watching, for those of you who actually give a shit. But otherwise, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.